For the longest time, I had this fantasy, this idea of healing in my romantic relationship. What I was missing was the ability to recognize when I landed in projection and to notice that if I'm in a place where I'm blaming or I'm judging or I'm diagnosing my partner or the other person and wanting to heal in relationship, wanting to heal with someone in relationship, but I'm anchored in that place of seeing the other person as needing to heal, then I'm actually doing the opposite. That I've slipped into a persona that wants to heal in relationship versus being grounded and rooted in my essence, that my essence is, it's all knowing, I'm trusting myself, it's my inner wisdom, I'm connected to source energy. From there, healing in relationship looks much different. Hello, I am Sarah Schweppe. I'm an essence coach who loves all things relationship and the body and energy. I specialize in working with divorced women who are ready to start again, to enter a new relationship. They've done the deep healing of the trauma from their divorce. They're ready to step in, but they're feeling scared and apprehensive and maybe even a little confused as to why they don't feel more confident and ready to step in after all the work they've done. Today, I'm talking about healing in relationship and what does that mean? What does that look like? I mean, I think it's all arguable, so I'm just sharing what my perspective is after spending the last 4 years of doing a deep dive of studying relationships, understanding how our body and our energy show up in relationship, and giving you what might be some new ideas, maybe. So this place of healing in relationship that I was talking about before, I've always wanted that. I've always loved inner work. I've always wanted a partner who wanted to grow and evolve with me. What I couldn't see when I was married before I was divorced was that I was thinking that I was right, thinking that I had done my healing, was doing my healing, saw other people as maybe not doing that or needing something that I thought they needed. And so I had this deep desire, this wanting to heal together, not realizing that energy was very below the line or in reactive brain, egoic. And I was so blind to it because I've done all the trainings. I'm trained as a therapist. I have my education. I have a master's degree in social work where I learned how to be a therapist. So I had all these things supporting me to think that I knew what was best. And what I see now is that healing in relationship it's about making new commitments to myself, to my partner, to my relationship, and learning how to anchor into a different place, to come from my essence, to come from my creative brain, because from there I've dropped the rope. I'm not in this push-pull. I don't need you to do anything to make me feel better or not do something to make me feel better. And so from that place, healing looks different. Healing looks like what I've always wanted to be. It's a journey. You get to be where you are and I get to be where I am. And I get to wonder, how are we supporting each other in this soul process, in this human process of going through life? When I'm in the better than, less than, aka my own prideful place of I know what's best, you are not my equal. You're inherently I'm seeing you in a lower position. We are in a power struggle. We're in reactive brain. And of course, this is going to happen because we have these bodies, we have these reactive brains that are programmed to scan for threat at all times. And something's always going to happen. The milk gets spilled, the look gets made that lands us in reactive brain. Just to send a little love out to any of you who are having those sort of righteous pride moments where you want to heal and you think you know what everybody else needs to heal. It's reactive brain or feeling threatened when we're having those thoughts. Our body is experiencing feelings that aren't moving through, hence the judgment, the mind kicking in to keep us out of those feelings. So the way I see healing today is I know that things are going to happen. I know that we're going to have big feelings. We have feelings every day, at least in my relationship. And that instead of going about trying to subtly control each other to do or not do the things that we might have feelings about, we embrace whatever comes up. Make the commitment to feel our feelings and speak the authentic truth about those feelings in an unarguable way. So in this way, the things that happen, those blips, those moments of contraction, they're ultimately a gift. Because when I'm feeling reactive in that way and my mind is convinced it's my partner, what I know deep, deep down is that whatever has happened in the present day has tapped into some old energy, some old feelings that haven't moved through. So the trick is to notice that my mind is going to want to blame. It's going to go outside of myself. It might even be blaming me, my partner, the situation, someone else. That when I'm in that place, that there are feelings that want to move through. So it's to not buy into the mind stories and instead get curious about what's happening in my body. When I can then take responsibility for my feelings, despite how hard my mind is working to go outside of myself and to blame, I am now with the old energy. I've taken the opportunity to go inside, and then I can move it on through. So in that way, the things that are happening, they're pointing us to what's stuck. I think what I'm here to do and to support others to do is to learn how to move through all this density, the things that keep us lodged in conflict and reactivity and in our egos, feeling separated, upset. I think that we're here to learn how to move through that density so that we can feel more and more connected to our authentic self. Because it's from this place, from my essence, that everything feels perfect. I feel connected to myself and to others. I see myself and others as equals. And I'm in the moment. I'm in presence, which to me is what this is all about, is spending more time there in the love and the joy and the peace and the fun and the play. So for me, a healthy relationship is taking responsibility for my feelings. It's being willing to go inside and own my experience, to even see it as a gift, to come closer to myself and to support my partner to do the same. I know there's all these ideas about healthy relationships. They go out on a date once a week and you have dinner together or you walk together or I don't know, like these sort of practical tips. And I don't disregard any of those at all. I think that what's healthy is unique and individual to each of us. And that from our essence, when we are connected to our creative brain, our truest self, that part of me, my deepest, highest self, knows what's healthy. It knows what I want in this lifetime and in relationships. And so for a couple to come together to shift out of reactivity and into creative brain and to create what they want from there, I think is magic, because now I'm not living someone else's healthy relationship. I'm living and creating what is truest for me and my partner. And again, I think that there are really good tips out there and there's things that are helpful, but that's still someone else's decision. I think if we are able to move through all of that, what's underneath it is my own knowing. My essence knows what's healthy. It knows exactly what I want and need. And so being in that space, that expansive energy with a partner, is like magic. It's everything I've always wanted. I just didn't realize, I didn't know there was a way to get there. I was so dependent on other people telling me what was right and what I needed to do because I was living from my mind. I didn't have access to my own inner guidance and wisdom, that I was always chasing someone else's idea and then bringing it into my relationship and saying, this is what we should do. This is what we're supposed to be doing. That's reactive brain. If you're shooting all over the place, you're probably in reactive brain. I wonder what your essence wants. I wonder what your authentic self believes is healthy. And I wonder what your partner thinks and feels from that level of consciousness. So these are my thoughts on healthy relationships. I hope that these are my thoughts on what it means to be in a healthy relationship. I think you know deep down what is good for you and what's healthy for you, and that having the tools to access that wisdom is really the key to getting there. Hope you all have a great day. Thanks, guys.